Tana just released Meetings 2.0, and it's a massive upgrade for anyone who spends their day in meetings. Now you can record and transcribe any meeting directly in Tana without adding an annoying bot to the meeting. And all your notes, summaries, and action items live in the exact same place. You already manage those things. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to turn Tana into your personal AI meeting hub. So first, we'll look at how the new botless meeting feature works, how to set it up, and how to use it. Second, we'll look at how to create personalized meeting templates that automatically turn your transcripts into any type of meeting summary. And third, we'll look at how to set up a meeting dashboard so you can easily navigate to your past conversations. Before we jump in, if you don't have time to watch endless YouTube tutorials and you just want to build a high-performing digital workspace that works harder than you do, then check out my Tana Fast Track course. It will get you up and running in Tana, well, fast. First, you'll learn all the fundamentals in less than 1 hour. Next, you'll choose from our 6 core workflow templates that are simple, plug and play. There's not 86 super tags to install that you'll never use. You choose what templates you need to customize your workflow. And you also have our TFT community to ask questions and get direct help from me, plus a load of other resources. Over 500 people have already taken Tana Fast Track and loved it. So if you want to get on the Fast Track, I'll leave a link in the description below. And let's get into the video. So Tana is built for people who do meetings all the time. We've had a meeting bot for quite some time that you can invite into your meeting, take notes for you, transcribe it, and then create summaries. But Meetings 2.0 takes that to another level. Now you can simply hit record and it records all of the system audio, what you say, what people on the other end say, and you don't need to install a bot. So what this means is that on meetings where you can't bring a bot into it, so let's say a Slack huddle, for instance, then you can actually just use the botless meeting to take notes. Now, I like this more lightweight way of taking notes, especially for meetings that don't require you to have to record the screen or record audio or anything like that. It's a really great way just to be able to switch on the meeting, record it, and then have everything that you need, all the transcript and summaries and action items right there for you. So the meeting bot is not going away. And there are definitely times when I think that you should use the meeting bot compared to Meetings 2.0. So the differences kind of between them is that in the meeting bot, you do get full speaker detection. So everyone in the meeting has a name, you know who's saying things, all of that kind of thing. Meetings 2.0, you get speaker detection, but not necessarily who that speaker is. So if I'm speaking, it doesn't say Ev, it just says speaker 1. And so there's just a little bit of a difference between that. If you need full speaker detection, definitely you want to keep using the meeting bot. As I said, the meeting bot only works in places where you can invite the bot in. Zoom, Teams, Google Meet, that kind of thing. But Meetings 2.0 works wherever you use system audio. So Slack huddles, even if you're talking on the phone to somebody. The other thing to keep in mind is that Meetings 2.0 doesn't record any audio or video. It's only just the transcription. So if you need audio or video, then you want to stick to Meeting Bot or another meeting software. All right, let's talk about setting up Meetings 2.0 because it is so simple to do. So what you want to make sure you do is have your meeting super tag, and you want to go in and configure that. So if you just right click on your meeting super tag anywhere, you can go configure. I'm going to bring it up in our side panel. And then you want to come down to AI and commands. Once you're in here, you're going to turn this on here, audio enabled tag. And once you do, you can see that you've got some extra options here. So you want to come here to include system audio and output as transcript. Those two things are going to tell Tana, or whenever you hit record, you want it to record your system audio and then also output it as a transcript. What's going to happen then is, as soon as you do that, is if we have a new meeting, you're going to see this little icon come up, the microphone icon that allows you to start recording your meeting. Okay. You also get down here some different ways that you can process the transcript. Okay. So once the meeting finishes, now you don't have to set up any of these. As soon as you just turn on these toggles, what you will get is when a meeting finishes, a full meeting summary will come into your meeting. But if you want to do some more configuration of that meeting summary, that's when you can use the text processing command. So this allows you to do things like extract your action items and automatically transcribe them, create different meeting summaries, create your meeting notes, all of that kind of thing. So if you want to do that, here's a configuration that I suggest. If we open up this text processing agent, here you'll see all of the different fields that you can add in. We're not going to add all of those, but we are going to add some so that it enhances the summary that we have. So the first one we're going to add is a meeting notes field. So create a new field by going Shift period, and this we're going to type meeting notes field. Okay, that's going to bring up our field. And then we want to add the meeting notes here, this field. So copy that and paste it over here. What that's going to do is during the meeting, you can just jot down any notes and that will enhance the summary for you. Okay. So if you put down different action items or, something that you thought about, it will then help the summary to be even better. The second field that we're going to add is the attendees field. Okay. So this just tells the summary who the attendees were, and you want to come over here to attendees, copy that and paste that in. The third field that we're going to add is the action items target. So this means that it will be able to extract action items into a certain place. So I would suggest setting up a field for your action items. Okay, so I'm going to copy this one, paste it in here. Now, Meetings 2.0 can automatically tag your actions, or it can not automatically tag your actions. So I prefer to kind of have my actions extracted and then I can click to action them, but some people just prefer to have them all tagged already. Okay, it's personal preference. So the next one that we want to add is the tag to use for action items. So go tag to use for action items, and then you want to type in here your tag. Okay, so mine's called task. If you want to have it automatically add the tag or not, then you want to add the field add tags directly. And here you either tick, okay, because you want it to add the tag directly, or if you don't want it, then leave it blank or don't add that field, okay? And then the last one that we're going to add in is the summary target, okay? And you add this one in if you've got a field for meeting summary. So if you want to put your meeting summary into a field, then you want to add this in, and we just copy that and paste that. And so what that's going to do, and as I said, none of that is compulsory. The only things that you need to do to turn on your meeting agent is flick this on and make sure that these two are on. The text processing agent is really just another way to configure exactly how things come out when you finish the meeting. So once you've got your configuration, then you can just go ahead and start using your meeting agent. There are 4 different ways that you can start the new Meetings 2.0 agent. So whenever you have meetings in Tana, you will get a notification whenever that meeting is coming up about 2 minutes prior. And all you have to do is click here. So it opens up the meeting and it starts transcribing. You see this little transcribe menu down the bottom and you know that it is transcribing for you. So it is such an easy way just to get started transcribing your meetings just by clicking that notification. Now, the other way that you can start meetings is you can start them directly from the Command K menu. So wherever you are in Tana, if you want to quickly transcribe something, just go Command K, start meeting, and then choose whichever meeting super tag you want to start it with. That will automatically start transcribing, and then you might want to just change the meeting details, and then as soon as you're ready to stop the meeting, you just press stop. Now, when you're in any meeting and it's transcribing, you'll see this transcribing button come up here, and you just hit transcribe and you can actually see the transcript happen in action. You'll also see up here a little open live transaction icon. You can see that it's recording. And then down here, you see a kind of menu, and you can pause the recording when you need to pause, let's say for privacy reasons, and then you can start again. And then when your meeting's finished, you just press stop, and that will generate all of your meeting summary for you. So once you've finished a meeting, you will find your transcription here in this little icon that says view source material. Okay, so you don't need a separate transcript field anymore or anything like that. Your full transcript kind of comes in here, and you can see that you've got speaker 3, speaker 2. So when you're finished with the meeting and you press the stop button, you will get this AI summary down here, which is really good and very easy. But if you're anything like me, you often sit on a lot of different types of meetings, and each of those meetings needs a little bit of a different style of summary, a different style of notes. I sit on a lot of coaching calls, so I need a certain type of format that I can send off to clients. I also do one-on-one meetings, which I need a certain type of format to send off to my colleagues. If I'm sitting on a team meeting, it's a different kind of meeting type. So rather than have to do the manual work myself, so I created a whole lot of different commands that can turn the transcript into any kind of meeting summary that I need. So if I have a look here in my meeting agents, I have all of these type of meeting notes that I can turn a transcript into. So one-on-one meetings, team meetings, coaching call notes, project kickoffs, sales call summaries, interview candidates, brainstorming, all of that kind of thing. And so what this does is it turns Tana into your absolute all-in-one meeting hub. I used to really hate meetings, not necessarily because meetings take a long time, but because all of the stuff that happens after takes a long time. So now with a tool like this, I can literally get off a meeting, hit a button, depending on what type of meeting it is, have my meeting summary done, and then go off and do another meeting or, do whatever I want to do. So how this works is these are all set up as AI commands. They read the transcript and then they turn it into a certain kind of meeting. So let's say on this meeting, it was a team meeting. I just hit the team meeting button. And what happens is you'll see this meeting summary start to work, and it will output it in the framework that I've specified. Okay. So for my team meeting summaries, I do things like summary overview. I want to see the team updates, the weekly priorities from the team, any projects that we talked about, and then a full list of action items. And so you can see how quickly I can turn a basic transcript and a summary into an actual summary that I can send to my team. But I can also turn this into, if it was a project kickoff meeting, I could then go project kickoff, and you can see the meeting summary disappears and I get a different kind of meeting summary. So I get the project name, the goal, the overview, scope and deliverables of the project, who's the team lead, all of those kinds of things. You can see how quickly you can change it from one kind of summary to another. So let's have a look at how you can set these up. All right, so firstly, you're going to want to open your meeting super tag configuration. So Alt, Shift, and clicking on the meeting super tag will do that. Then we want to come all the way down to AI in commands. All right, in here, if we scroll down to the full menu, you can see I've got a meeting agents group that has all of my meeting notes in it. So if we open this up, we'll have a look at the first one and you can see how it's generated from there. Okay, so this one-on-one meeting, basically what it does here is it sets the field value meeting summary to nothing. Okay, so it basically deletes anything that's in the meeting summary so that it can generate a brand new meeting summary in there. Okay, so that's the first one. And then the second one is just a simple Ask AI command. So if we open this up, and how I created this, now you might have these same kind of meetings, you might have a slightly different style of meeting summary that you want to do. Basically how I create these prompts is I take a meeting summary that I already have, okay, something I've already written, and I pop that into AI with a prompt like, can you analyze this meeting summary and create a framework and a prompt so that I can use this in a custom GPT. Okay, really, really simple. All right. And it comes out with something like this. Okay, so you're a meeting assistant that turns raw transcripts into structured one-on-one summaries. If you've got different types of meetings and you have an example of those meeting notes, it's really easy to turn that into a prompt like this. So you can use this template prompt that I've got where all you have to do is tell it the type of meeting and then dump your meeting summary in and it will create a prompt like this. All right. So for this one, you're a meeting assistant that turns raw transcript into structured one-on-one summaries. Your job is to extract the most important points. It tells the input. Okay. So you'll receive a raw transcript of a one-on-one meeting. What you need to do here is you then need to insert where Tana can find the transcript. So in this case, we're looking for source, right? So all you have to do to get that in here is just go at and then source, and then you will find it. Now, if you're using both the meeting bot and the Meeting 2.0 bot, then you might want to choose source or content. So basically it will look for source, but if it can't find source, it will just look at the content of your node. Okay. And then it gives you an output format. Okay, so how it wants, and then just some rules. So that's exactly my prompt, and it's similar for all of them except that the output is slightly different. Then you want to add a field for target node. So where is this going to go? Okay, and so here we've got meeting summary. So all you do is you come over to your super tag, you grab the meeting summary, you copy that, and you paste it over here. You want to choose your AI model. I prefer Claude 3.7. I think that it writes very well and I like how it does it. I find ChatGPT 4 terrible for meeting notes if you don't like very short bullet point summaries. And I prefer to have a little bit more detail. So I like Claude 3.7. And then you just want to add this field here, insert output strategy, so it replaces the content. And so once you have one meeting, you can duplicate this for as many different meetings as you have. So like you can see here, I've got these for one-on-one meetings, team meetings, coaching call notes, project kickoff meetings, sales call summaries, interview candidates, and brainstorming meetings. And so I can turn any transcript into anything I want with a click of a button. It is great. If you don't want to set all these up yourself, then I have a template down below in the description that you can click on and install these straight into your Tana workspace and get started pretty quickly. So now you have Meetings 2.0 set up. You've got all of your meeting agents, so you can turn your transcripts into any kind of meeting summary that you need. And now the only other thing that we need to do in order to turn Tana into our ultimate meetings hub is actually create a meeting hub so that you can find all your meetings again, either ones that you're doing in the future or ones that you've had in the past. So let me show you how to do that. I suggest in a meeting hub that you separate your meetings into future meetings and past meetings. Okay, so firstly, let's have a look at future meetings just so we can see ones that are coming up. So you want to create two searches here. So to create a search, just type question mark and create search node. Now we're searching for our meeting super tag. Okay, and then what we want to do is we want to search for all meetings that greater than today. So what you want to do is create a field, so shift period and type GT. Okay, what this does is it allows us to search for anything that is greater than whatever the field that we put in here. So come in here to where it says empty, create another field, shift period, and then type the name of the field that is on your meeting super tag. So mine is called date master. Okay. And then what we want to do here is type for relative date today. And what that's going to do is search for any meeting where the date is greater than today. So if I run that once, you can see that I've got a whole lot of different meetings coming up. Now, I might want to rename this to upcoming. Okay. And I personally like to group these. So I come here to the view options and I group these by date, the date field. And then depending on what you want to do, you can group them by days, or if you have a lot of meetings, sometimes I group them by weeks. So I can see when things are coming up. All right, really easy. So what you want to do then is we want one to find all the meetings that we just had. Okay, so previous meetings. So easiest way to do this is to go Command K and duplicate. And then we're going to call this previous meetings. Okay, just let's add an S there. And then open this up and come to your search options button and then open your query editor. What we're going to do is instead of GT here, we're going to delete that and we're going to type LT, which is less than. Okay, it does exactly the same thing. It's looking for any meetings where the date is less than today. And if we run that, we can see all of the meetings that we had. And for this one, I definitely like to group it by days. Okay, and so I can go back and see kind of all the different meetings. In previous meetings, I do also like to sort by the date, and I like descending so I can see the most recent meetings through to the least recent meetings. The great thing about having previous meetings here is you can easily come in, you can say, oh, that's right, I had this meeting with Anne, and you can check the summary, you can check action items, you can check notes. And so it's really easy to kind of revisit all your meetings. Once you have your two searches, then come up to your meeting hub, go Command K, and then view these as a side menu. And so now you've got a nice little hub where you can see all of your upcoming meetings and all of your previous meetings. Now you might want to move this into your pinned items so you can see and get to these easily. So the way to do that is you can simply copy and drag that straight into pinned and you get straight to your meeting hub every single time. So I hope you can see with new Meetings 2.0 that you can build a really powerful all-in-one meeting tool right from within Tana. And if you like the idea of building AI into your existing workflows like this one, then check out this other video on how to add AI into your note-taking workflows. If you do want to grab my pre-built meeting agents, then I'll leave a link to them in the description below, along with my Tana Fast Track course if you want to build a smart digital workspace that works harder than you do. And of course, if you want more Tana content like this in your feed, like and subscribe to the channel.